Hey, good morning, millionaires. Good morning, millionaires. I hope you're feeling insanely good this morning. My name is Haziq Ali. I'm a self esteem development fanatic, starting with my own. Like, I'm a big believer that skills build self esteem. On top of that, I'm a revenue acceleration expert. I've been blessed and fortunate to be at the helm of a company where ever since I took over as the CMO, we've hit the Inc. 5000 list of fastest growing companies in America. That's been every single morning since I took over this bad boy. And what I would like to suggest is that you take notes every morning. I'd like to suggest that you get into a place where you're okay learning. Does that make sense? I'm suggesting to you that you get into a place where you begin to love your business on a different level. I think you can do it. I think your business is worth a whole lot more than you're probably thinking. And we want to do something about it. So every single morning, that's exactly what we do. We put ourselves in a place. Hold up, hold up. I think your business is worth a whole lot more than you're probably thinking. And we want to do something about it. So, I don't know what's going on with the live line. Hold up. We put ourselves in a place. Oh, I see what was going on. Technology, yo. Good morning, millionaires. Hey, check in real quick while I'm doing all of this. Okay, there we go. Hold up.
Thank you.
Hey, check in. Let them know what city you calling in from, all that good stuff. Hold up.
All participants are muted.
Okay, there you go.
Entry tones are off.
Yeah, so what?
Exit tones are on.
Hold up.
Entry tones are on. Exit tones are off. Entry and exit tones are on.
One more time.
Entry and exit tones are off.
All right. All right. So, good morning, millionaires. My name is Haziq Ali. I'm a revenue acceleration expert. Our whole play is helping you make more money with less effort, helping you go further, faster with less effort. But first, I think that it's very fitting on a day like today that we start off figuring out what kind of business you actually have. So let us know that right now. It's kind of like free promotion you get. I don't care if you're checking in from Twitter. I don't care if you're checking in from Facebook. I don't care if you're checking in from LinkedIn. What we want to know right now is what kind of business you got. Good morning, Mark. Glad you made it in, my brother. Shiz is in the house. Brooklyn, New York is in the building. What's up, Jess? Glad you made it in, Queen. That's what I'm talking about. Look at Jess. Okay, Taisha made it in this morning. Good morning, Queen. My man, Joseph Davis Smith. Notary extraordinaire is in the building. Kay Wright made it in. What's up, Kay? Glad you made it in. I'm real glad that y'all are here. Sade, good morning, Queen. Nashville, Tennessee is in the house. She said she helps businesses connect with resources that grow the business. I gotta love that. Who else wants to shout out what kind of business you have? If you've never been here before, every single Monday we give you mindset. Every single Tuesday we give you sales tips. Every single Wednesday is focused all about marketing. Every single Thursday we focus on leadership. And then every Friday is Free Coaching Friday. So we got plenty of tricks for you to come up. We got plenty of tricks to help you squeeze the juice out the headphones. But what I need you to do this morning is spread the word. Let them know we are here in the house, y'all, because this is one of those trainings where I think you're going to want to take notes. I think you're going to be very happy if you pay attention to the jewels that we're giving you, because every business needs better marketing. Every single business needs better marketing. If you're going to succeed in today's fast-paced, crowded marketplace, you've got to do something different than what everybody else is doing. And so what I wanted to share with you this morning is some ways that you can breathe new life into the way you're marketing your business. Many of you got into business because you love what you do with a passion. You have a passion for this particular service. So you have a passion for this particular product. You have a passion for the particular problem that it is you help people sell. But what I humbly submit to you is that no matter what kind of business you have, check it out, you're in the business of marketing. You're in the business of marketing. Yeah, absolutely, Rashad. Absolutely, man. Nove made the Inc. 5000 list, the fastest growing companies in America, 3 years in a row now. This year right here, we made number 903 on the list. And so, absolutely, Rashad, reach out to me. And if there's a way I can help, then I will. Samaya, good morning, Queen. Glad you made it in. Glad you made it in. Yeah, my man Ken checking in. So I hope everybody's ready to take notes. I need you to share this. I need you to spread the word about this because the business you save may be your own. You never know when you're going to need somebody to plant seeds right back in you. So I got 5 ideas that I want you to kind of jot down. These are coming straight from Seth Godin, one of the marketing gurus of all gurus. And he did a TED talk on marketing that I thought was amazing. And so I kind of wanted to share with you some of the ideas that he threw out there, because I believe that each one of these is incredible and can change the way you're looking at your business. If you're ready for the first one, let's go ahead and get started. Here's the first idea I want to share with you. The best thing since sliced bread was the idea of sliced bread. Break that down. Break that down. Write that in your notes. The best thing since sliced bread was the idea of sliced bread. So what am I saying here? I'm saying that people who can spread ideas, regardless of what the idea is, always win. People who can spread ideas, it don't matter what the idea is, they always win. So, in this TED talk, Seth Godin kind of starts off with this origin story of sliced bread, because a whole lot of people assume that sliced bread was an immediate business boom, but it really wasn't. For the first 15 years, y'all, not 1, not 2, not 5, not 10, but 15 years after sliced bread was invented, it kind of failed as a service. It kind of failed as a product. It was not hugely successful. The product was good, and the machine that this guy, Roddenwetter, whatever his name was, invented was amazing. It was ingenious. But it wasn't until the brand that we now know as Wonder, right? As a matter of fact, that's what it was known as back then. When the Wonder Bread brand came along and spread the idea about sliced bread to the masses, that's when it started to sell. So what's rule number 1, y'all? What's rule number 1? It doesn't matter what you sell. What matters is whether you can successfully spread the idea of what you sell. Maybe that's something to jot down, y'all. That's rule number 1 I got for you this morning. It doesn't matter what you sell. What matters is whether you can successfully spread the idea of what you sell. Everybody got me? If you got me, then put it in the comments, y'all. It don't matter what you sell. What matters is whether you can successfully spread the idea of what you sell. So how do you do that? How do you do that? First, I want you to get into the mindset of it's on you. Somebody say it's all on me. It's all on me. I love talking about this stuff, y'all, because, what we need to do is recondition our minds to consider the fact that outthinking somebody is outworking them. Outthinking them is outworking them. The way I put it sometimes is before you get started in your brain, you want to assume everybody else is going to work harder than you. You're lazier than everybody else. And so your only chance is if you outthink them. But after you get started, you want to assume that everybody's smarter than you. Everybody has outthought you. And the only way you're going to have a chance is if you outwork them. You see the difference? In the beginning, you want to think about it like you got to outwork all these smart people. You got to outthink all these hard workers. And after you get started, you got to think about it like I got to outwork all these smart thinkers. But right now, I'm talking to you about the before part of the equation. And in this before part of the equation, it's so important that you think this thing out. Y'all hear me? Here's step number 2. Here's rule number 2. Here's hack number 2. Here's secret number 2. He calls it the purple cow. He has a book called The Purple Cow. And the way he puts it is that the thing that's going to decide what gets talked about, what gets purchased, what gets built is this. Is it remarkable? Somebody give it to me in the comments. Is it remarkable? Is it remarkable? You know, let's say you're driving down a road and you see a cow, right? First your eyes might even light up if you a city boy like me. You're like, wow, it's a cow, right? But then you see another cow, and then you see another cow. Ain't nothing remarkable anymore, right? Now it all becomes invisible, as a matter of fact. It becomes boring. But what if you came around a bend in that road and all of a sudden you saw a purple cow, and the purple cow was just standing there? You'd notice it right away, right? It ain't just any cow, it's a purple cow. Wow. You'd start to tell your friends, and then they would tell their friends. Why? Because it's remarkable. I think at this point, it might be useful to remind ourselves of the definition of remarkable, right? Remarkable is worthy of being or likely to be noticed, especially as being uncommon, especially as being extraordinary. Remarkable also means worth making a remark about, right? What is worth making a remark about what you do, right? Something that's new and different and interesting, right? I mean, have you ever thought about the fact that the number one movie in America changes every single week? Right? Back when it was Blockbuster and all of that, I know I'm dating myself, but back in the days of Blockbuster, the top selling DVD in America would change every single week. It's always something new. It doesn't matter how horrible it is. It's always something new. Why? Reason number one is not because it's great. The real reason is that it's new. It's different, and people have heard about it. So here's rule number two. Only things that are remarkable get noticed and talked about. Somebody give it to me. Only things that are remarkable get noticed and talked about. Come on, give it to me in the comments and then give me a share. Give me a share, P.O. Throw this thing on your timeline, man. Only things that are remarkable get noticed and talked about. That's a great caption. Next year, this same time, it's going to come up and remind you of these concepts. I dare you jot that down. Only things that are remarkable get noticed and talked about. Here's hack number three. You ready? Because consumers don't care about you. It's really critical that you recognize that consumers don't care about nothing but themselves. And the amount of choices that consumers have means they ain't got to engage in your idea. They ain't got to support your new project. They don't have to care in any way, shape, or form. They've got more choices than ever before. And on top of having more choices than ever before, what else they've got is less time. And when you're constantly being bombarded, when you're constantly being saturated with all this new information every day, easiest thing in the world for you to do is ignore it because it all looks the same. It's all boring, like a cow. What consumers really want, what customers really want, what your prospects really want is something that excites them. You got me? They don't want something that's for everybody, right? We don't want something that's for everybody, do we? We want something we feel a connection to. We want something that's just for us. Does that make sense to somebody out there? So the question that entrepreneurs need to ask before they create any content, before they put out any marketing material is, how do I make people feel special? In my own company, I was making a misstep. I would have, for instance, funding. Our company does a lot of funding. It does a lot of lending. And in my mind, I would have it where, okay, here's a funding project or here's a way to talk about funding, and it applies to everybody. Oh, we do this. Oh, we do that. Oh, we do this other thing. And what I recognized is that if I'm trying to talk to everybody, I'm speaking to no one. So what did I do? I devised completely separate sets of marketing material for each one of the niches that I know need the funding. So now I've got marketing material just for restaurant owners, where we're talking to them about the challenging times they're in and their need for new equipment when that oven breaks. The fact that they're always having fluctuating revenue, the fact that they need to expand their real estate footprint. And now I'm able to position it like we're specialists in helping restaurants scale. We're specialists in helping restaurant owners grow their dream. Why? Because now I'm making it feel like the world revolves around them. what you got to understand is that your solution is to offer something that your customer feels is unique to them and their situation. A bunch of my mentees know I'm always talking about collect the two what's and the when. What they do for a living, right? What they need you for, and when they need it by. Why? Because once we make it feel like it's unique to them, once I'm able to say this person specializes in helping people like you with problems like that, now I'm giving myself the power to prescribe. And now they're going to notice, as long as I create an idea that really spreads. So here's rule number 3, y'all. The world revolves around your customer, not your business. That's rule number 3. The world revolves around your customer, not your business. Everybody with me? The world revolves around your customer, not your business. Somebody give it to me. Somebody give it to me. While you're doing that, I'm going to move on to number 4, because there's a real flaw in the way I was thinking. There's a real flaw in the way that maybe you're thinking about your business. And the flaw is we spend a lot of time talking about average products for average people. We do a lot of mass marketing, right? We would ignore the nerds. We would ignore the geeks. We would ignore the people on the fringes that are obsessed with whatever it is we do. And over the years, a whole bunch of businesses have tried to aim everything they got at the middle of the crowd, right? Because that's where everybody is, right? That's where the largest audience is. What I'm trying to tell you is that we're not in the old days anymore. Now that you've got digital marketing, now that you've got social media, the power to niche down is so much easier. I'm talking about now I can link up with this Instagram page that's only talking to truckers. I can link up with this Facebook group that's only talking to single moms or only talking to people that are looking for homes in Georgia. I should be using that to my advantage. The strategy should no longer be market to everybody in the middle, because those people are real good at ignoring you, right? And that's the big flaw. We're ignoring the innovators. We're ignoring the early adopters. We're ignoring the people that will listen if we do something remarkable. If we do something remarkable for them, they're going to want to talk about us to their family. They're going to want to talk about us to their friends. The idea is going to spread. We got to start marketing to the people who care, the people who are obsessed with something. So what's rule number 4? Ain't no point in wasting time marketing to people who are going to ignore you. And that brings us perfectly into idea number 5. But first, give me rule number 4 if you caught it. There's no point in wasting time and money marketing to people who are going to ignore you. Find some niches. Rule number 4, find some niches. There are riches in the niches. There are riches in the niches. Come on, y'all. There are riches in the niches. Share this for me, K. Nicole. What's up, Queen? Share this for me. Yeah, I see that Inc. 5000 thing. Yeah, share that thing for me, K. Yeah, the world revolves around your customers, not your business. They don't care nothing about your business. They care about themselves. Yeah, that's exactly right. Share that thing, Joseph. That's right. That's right. All right, y'all know I'm a big fan of Japan and a lot of their ideologies. Let's go, South Carolina. Let's go. Let's go. So rule number 5 I got for you. Insight number 5 is tap into the otaku. Tap into the otaku. Now, what do I mean by that? Your product might not appeal to everybody. Your service might not be for everybody, but to the people who love it, woo! I'm talking about, they talk about it like crazy. This type of obsessive customer could be referred to as the otaku, right? That's a word every entrepreneur should get familiar with. It's a Japanese word that describes somebody who has an all-consuming interest in something, right? This is the maven. If you've ever read the book Never Eat Alone, this is the geek. This is the nerd in the early days, right? The meaning of it is starting to shift, though, because today a lot of people see being a geek about something as a badge of honor. Right? In the proper context, it's like, yeah, I geeked out on that. So similar to that, otaku is simply somebody who loves something enough to become obsessed with it. And these types of consumers are a gold mine for any kind of entrepreneur. Why? Because the hardcore fans of anything are more likely to spread the idea. I want you to think Lady Gaga's Little Monsters. I want you to think Nicki Minaj's Barbs. I want you to think Megan Thee Stallion's Hotties. I want you to think Taylor Swift's Swifties. I want you to think of what's her name? Ice Spice. I think she got the munchies, the munchkins, she calls them, right? Why? Because hardcore fans of anything are way more likely to spread the idea. They're way more likely to talk about the product. They're way more likely to become loyal customers. If you're going to make a product, if you're going to market an idea, if you're going to come up with any problem you want to solve and it doesn't have a constituency, it doesn't have a following with a bunch of otaku, you're wasting your time. It's almost impossible. So what's rule number 5 then? Find a group of people that really care about what it is you have to say and then talk to them. I hope I'm making sense, y'all. I hope I'm making sense. Otaku, O-T-A-K-U, O-T-A-K-U, Otaku. All right. Hope that was helpful, y'all. 3 takeaways from this. I dare you share them with somebody is 1, safe is risky, right? If they got more choices and less time, the riskiest thing you can do is play it safe. You need to hurry up and make some mistakes. If you're trying to avoid being ignored, the smart choice is to be very remarkable. Here's number 2. Very good is the enemy of great. Very good is boring. Whatever you're marketing, you got to be more than very good. Being very good is kind of common right now. Being very good is boring. If you want to get noticed, if you want to get talked about, it's better you be horrible, but also remarkable than it is you be very good and boring. I mean, how many examples of that do we see from politics to commerce? All right, to music. I ain't gonna name no names, but some of y'all know what I'm saying. All right. And then number 3 is figure out who cares. Where are your otaku? Find out who really cares about what you do. And then figure out exactly what they want. Talk to these outsiders, right? And then create content that makes them want to come back for more. If you really rock with these 3 strategies, there's a good chance your ideals are spread. Your relationship with your customers is going to get stronger. Your brand is going to grow. And all I'm trying to tell you is that they're bored with the ordinary. You might be technically very good, but that don't mean it's going to get attention. If you want to get people talking, it's about being bizarre. It's about being different. I got a lot of experience in the music business because of my roots. And I got to tell you, you see this all over the music industry. I don't know how many of y'all heard of Tyler, the Creator, but that fool first went viral eating roaches on YouTube. Did y'all know that? Now they're selling out. They can sell out a stadium. Their crew is called Odd Future. It's done birthed everybody from Frank Ocean to, you name it, right? But you never heard of them. Your parents never heard of them. But they're selling out stadiums. And how he got famous, how he first went viral was, eating cockroaches. I ain't lying to you. Donald Trump. Everything the fool says goes viral. And next thing you know, he's president. You hear what I'm saying to you? Have you ever heard the adage, there's no such thing as bad publicity? It's probably stronger than ever when you're looking at where the president's mugshot can come out and then all of a sudden he makes $7 million in the next 24 hours. He fundraised $7 million off a mugshot that they don't even own. They're right now talking about whether they're going to sue him for using their mugshot. Fulton County is like, we can use that money. My point to you is that it's never been truer that there's no such thing as bad press. And there's so many examples. Seth Godin gave this example of a company called Silk that created a chocolate soy milk, right? And the chocolate soy milk didn't even need to be in the refrigerated section of the supermarket. But once they got it placed there, the sales tripled. Why? Because it stood out. No advertising was really needed. They just did something remarkable. And then people browsing the supermarket shelves noticed. So before you create any content, before you put up your social media post for the day, will people want to talk about this? One of my buddies runs a huge platform called We Buy Black. It's amazing, right? He had to sell this hat for this company. He was helping his hat company blow up. They sell fedoras and whatnot. And so he created a TikTok video where he had the guy go through his process. And part of the process of making a hat was you would sprinkle it with some alcohol, and then you would take a lighter and light it. He said, nah, this is what I want you to do. I want you to take a swig from the bottle of whiskey, dump it all over the hat, and then use a blowtorch to finish the hat off. And then you know what happened? The videos went viral. The videos went viral. Why? Because it stood out. It was a purple cow. So before you create any content, ask yourself, will people want to talk about this, right? Will anybody care? Is it remarkable? Find something unique to say. Find something that everybody else is scared to say. Talk about not just what you're for. Maybe you want to also talk about what you're against. You hear me? But find a way to be remarkable. I love y'all. It's affirmation time. Let's get it. If you want to make sure that you really nail this down and you want to learn it fast, it goes FAST. The F is join a Facebook group. It's called Entrepreneurishment. You can find it right there on your Facebook timeline. The A is get an accountability partner, y'all. Get an accountability partner. Somebody that can hold you to the standard you've decided this morning you want to implement in your life. Maybe you want to make sure that they are constantly watching for, is this remarkable or boring? Maybe you want to make sure they're constantly watching for, did you niche this out? Are you talking to your otaku, or are you trying to aim at everybody? Maybe you want them to hold you accountable. So get an accountability partner. The S is subscribe. Turn on your notifications. If you're watching on YouTube, the bell is probably over there. If you're watching on Facebook, then you probably turn it on right here or something like that. But turn on your notifications so whenever we go live, you're here. And then the T is make sure you teach somebody else something you learned. It's affirmation time. Repeat after me. Say it with some emotion, y'all. Let's get it. I am so happy and grateful